Hey friends, welcome back to another video of the Fat Loss Series 2.0 where I'm taking you along with me on my 12-week fat loss phase. Last time I checked in with you, we went over what happened the week before I started my cut and then the first 2 weeks of the cut. This time we're going to be going over what happened in week 3, 4, and 5. Now you're going to notice something. I did a whole lot of vlogging in week 3. And I did 0 vlogging in week 4 and 5, and I'll explain why. But first, a quick little catch up. I don't know if you remember, but week 0 of the cut, my weight went down. The second week of the cut, my weight went down. The third week of the cut, my weight went up. On week 3, we kept our calories at 250. Very dingus of me for not explaining this, but the reason why I kept everything the same in week 3, even though my weight shot up, is because week 2, obviously my weight went down way too quickly. And as you can see, I'm still on track to losing 1 pound per week. That's why I was like, let me wait this out before I drop again. Our protein at 140, still doing 20 minutes of cardio about 5 to 7 days, and still getting 4 to 6 lifts in per week. Week 3 was a perfect week for me. This was the first week of the cut that I was truly locked in. My weight is back up after EDC, but that was to be expected. I think it's because after EDC, I had eaten so little. I was probably super dehydrated. I was on my feet a lot. I hadn't been lifting, not drinking enough water, like so many things that made my weight shoot down in week 2. So in week 3, my weight went up, but it was just a perfect week for me. And that's why I didn't freak out even though my weight went up a little bit, because I knew that I was sticking to the plan. There was nothing to be afraid of. Good afternoon, queens. Just got done with my morning clients. Gonna have this soup, then get back to all of my client check-ins. I made this soup with 3 ingredients: green beans, potatoes, and chicken. You know what I did? In the Macro Factor calorie counting app that I use, I put in 22 ounces of chicken. I think it was like 130 grams of potato. I don't know what it was. But you can add all of the ingredients together in the recipe section of the app, and then it told me how many calories was the total recipe based on how much the chicken, green beans, and the potato weighed. And then I just split up that whole into 5 servings, and each serving comes out to about 200 calories and 30 grams of protein. It was so easy. I'm messaging a client right now, and she's talking through, she hasn't been feeling the best in her body, so we're doing a back and forth where I'm kind of asking her to get to the root of where the fuck did she learn to hate herself so much? And is that true? Bro, I refuse to live in a world where that's true, where I'm hideous and fat and ugly and worthless, and that's just not true. And think about it. If your friend, if someone that you loved so dearly came up to you and they were spewing these atrocities about themselves, doesn't it hurt your feelings? Because how dare you say something like that about someone that I love? How dare you? You know what I mean? What makes you any different than someone you love? Why is it okay for you to treat yourself like that and talk to yourself like that, but it's not okay to talk to another human being like that? Why are you so special? Why are you the exception? You know? No one deserves that. It's not productive to treat yourself like shit. You can both be honest with yourself about the things that you need to improve, the things that you need to work on, while not bullying yourself. When has that ever worked? The fuck? There's always a kind way to deliver a harsh truth. And you're allowed to feel unconfident in your body. You're allowed to be I don't feel great in my body today. But you don't need to bully yourself about it. Just let that be how you feel that day. Decentralize your appearance from your value system. It's okay, I don't love the way that I look today. You're still a valuable human being. Are you not still doing the things that you need to be doing to get to where you're trying to go? If you're not doing the thing, that's a whole other story. Because it does make you feel like shit when you're actively avoiding doing the things that are ultimately going to be in your best interest. But if you're doing all the things, you're putting in the work, where is, like, it's not necessary. Okay, I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of the soup. I'm going to be doing client check-ins all day. And then I'm going to hit a mean pull day with my baby.
I'll eat one today. But you have to peel it for me.
The mango?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Me and my baby. Me and my baby. Me and my baby. Me and Shut. That's so crazy. Poor children. We're going to the gym. Edgar said he was gonna teach me how to train hard. He said today we could hit a pull day. And he said that he's gonna kick my ass. Because lately I've been really hard on myself. And I've been feeling like a poser. And like, I don't actually know how to train hard, so I wanna push myself outside of my comfort zone. And I wanna train insane. Let's hit it. Hey Petunias, it's Wednesday. It's literally 6 in the morning. I have a client in like 40 minutes, so I gotta make breakfast and stuff. But I just wanted to fill you in because I haven't talked to you since I told you that I was gonna work out with Bay. I'm whispering because he's literally upstairs sleeping because it's actually 6 o'clock in the morning. We had a great workout together. He said I complained too much, which, valid. I feel a little bit better. Like I'm not a complete noob, but there's still a part of me that's still like, feels like there's still a lot left for me to learn when it comes to like training intensity in the gym, pushing volume, pushing intensity, pushing frequency, and just really putting my entire pussy into this growing process and leaving nothing on the table. Like the more I think about it, the more excited I am to finish this cut and just give myself the time that I need to grow. Like I'm not fucking around anymore. I feel like for a long time, like I thought like the idea of being a bodybuilder was like cool, whereas now I'm like, I don't want to be a fucking poser anymore. Like I want to walk the walk. I want to be about it. I want to be that bitch. And I feel like the universe was sending me a sign because yesterday I went to train legs. I actually ran into a friend there and we trained legs together, but she left early and I kept finishing my leg day. And the biggest dude in the gym, he walks up to me and he's like, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Like strength training is very hard, building muscle is very hard. It takes a lot of work and you have great legs, and I just wanted to point that out. And I was like, bro. And I told him, I was like, did you know I've literally been in my head about it all week because I feel so small. My dog's drinking water. But yeah, I feel so small because I keep comparing myself to my favorite bodybuilders. And my boyfriend was like, Marina, they are half your height and they are on PEDs, which is fucking cool. But that's just not, if I'm not willing to go on PEDs and I'm not willing to live my life the way they live their life, why am I shitting on myself for a shape that is not available for me to acquire based on what I'm willing to do? You know what I mean? And this is week 3 of the cut. Being 3 weeks in, I feel like I can confidently say that this fat loss phase has been different from all of the other ones that I've done, and that this one I think has been the slowest. And I've had more digestive issues with this one. I feel like my appetite has also been heightened with this one. Like much more food focused. Like I didn't give myself a proper reverse. It's like, yeah, I give myself like 6 months before the next cut, but I don't think psychologically I was there yet. So this cut feels more like a I'm gonna have to like white knuckle my way through it, which I've heard many times before that not every cut is different, and not to base the success of this cut to a success of a previous cut. So okay, this is so crazy because this is Marina from 4 weeks in the future, and I no longer feel this way. I actually feel like my fat loss rate is great. My digestion has improved. I no longer feel food focused. So that's just crazy for me to look back and think about how fleeting these feelings are. And just because I feel food focused today doesn't mean that's how the whole cut is going to go. Needless to say, I've been learning a lot this time around. And you always hear people telling you not to compare your current cut with previous cuts because it'll just discourage you because every cut is so freaking different. And I feel like I'm actually understanding why people are saying that with this cut. Truly, truly, truly learning so much this time around.
Here's the thing, morale is high. I'm in a place right now where I'm like, there's nothing that I won't do to unlock this next level of myself. So bring the action, bring the challenge. Okay. Girl, I'm having this yasso bar, 100 calories. Oh fuck, I spit, I'm sorry. I'm gonna eat it anyways. This one's chocolate chip cookie dough, and it's good as fuck. I posted about it on my story, and apparently, I'm late as fuck to the party, and everyone freaking knew about these except for me. But my only afternoon clients of today are about to walk in through the door. I'm gonna train them, and then me and Bay are gonna go to the gym. I'm just doing 20 minutes of cardio, and I try to split it up. I try to do 10 minutes on the Stairmaster before any workout that I do. And then what I'm trying to do is either do like 10 more on the Stairmaster after my workout or 10 more on the treadmill that I have here at home on incline. I've been forgetting to do the second 10 cardio minutes for like 2 or 3 days in a row. So I was like, okay, enough. There is a pattern here. We need to break this cycle. So today I got my cardio done earlier, and it was actually fun. Like, I enjoyed it. One thing that I'm learning about this cut is to just take it one day at a time, take everything one meal at a time. And that helps a lot with my appetite and not really thinking about food as much. Also, putting my meals into Macro Factor days in advance. So again, I don't have to think about food. I just have to follow the plan. Being able to do it like really mindlessly really helps me just focus on my job, like focus on being a good coach. And then the fat loss just comes naturally. I just have to check my boxes, you know? But you saw my meal plan. I prepped sweet potato and broccoli. It's because I haven't been like pooping regularly. Like I'll miss like a whole day. The other day I missed almost 2 whole days. Can confirm my digestion has improved significantly since I started eating more slowly and since I started prioritizing more fiber. Like I've always had a fruit or vegetable at every meal, but I started having more quantity because frankly, I needed it, clearly. And that's cray-cray. So I'm like, okay, a bitch needs more fiber, I think. Hey, bitches. Right now I'm making breakfast. I actually just got done doing fasted cardio. I just did 10 minutes. I'm starting really slow, and then I'll do cardio, as you know. Later, I mean, maybe you don't know. I don't know if I've talked about it yet. On the Stairmaster at Crunch when I go do my leg day. Yesterday I had probably like the best. It's not even showing up. But I literally had the best pump ever, and I can't wait to be a muscle mommy, and I'm so fucking locked in. Oh, and I didn't even tell you, bitch. Oh my god. I had chipotle last night in a Diet Coke. Because after the gym, there's a Chipotle right next to our gym, and my boyfriend was like, should we go to Chipotle? And I was like, bitch,
Let me check. And then I had 700 calories left of my macros. So I got like really basic chipotle bowl with like no dairy, no cheese, just like rice, beans, chicken, and pico. And the salsa, I thought it was fucking lit as fuck. Honestly, even when I'm not cutting, I'm not really getting dairy on my chipotle bowl, and it always saves my butthole. And I never go super spicy, and it always saves my butthole. So let's make some oats and eggs and coffee. Bitch, the way I'm eating these oats and they're going immediately through me, I think my efforts to eat more fiber were successful. Yeah, my fats I noticed were super low, and I noticed my fiber was low. I was like, I bet both fiber and like a normal amount of fats really help with digestion, and I was right. I will say though, I need to perfect my oats recipe because this was not that slap. Tuesdays and Thursdays are very back-to-back personal training clients, so I'll be busy all day. I'll squeeze in a leg day in between clients, and then I'll be home by, I think like at the latest 7 p.m. and get ready for bed. Week 4, this was Thanksgiving week, so by Wednesday, dude, I had stopped tracking. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like I did not track, but I did slay my lifts and I did slay my cardio. But once again, my weight held steady. That to me is a good sign, especially over the holidays. If I can maintain my weight over a week where a lot of food was enjoyed, that is a win for me. So that was week 4. Week 5 was similar to week 4 because week 5 I traveled to New York City to spend some time with my mom and my big sister. It's rare that we get these moments together now that we all live everywhere. So basically what happened in week 4 happened in week 5. I was able to like stay on top of my lifts. I was able to stay on top of my cardio. But I was enjoying life and enjoying food. And once again, I was mostly able to maintain my weight in weeks 4 and 5. But as you can see, because for week 3 and for week 4, my weight stayed the same, and because for week 5, I knew that I wouldn't be tracking, I went ahead and lowered my calories. I didn't lower it to 2,100. I actually lowered it more to 2,050, like closer to 2,000. So like between 2,000 and 2,100. Protein is always going to stay the same. And then I also increased my cardio, and lifts are the same. So starting in week 6, that's when things start to get interesting. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but I think you can guess. But yeah, that's kind of what happened in weeks 3, 4, and 5. I love this episode for the reason that notice how I didn't freak out when my weight average didn't budge for 3 weeks in a row, especially because I was eating out of the ordinary. My digestion wasn't the great, so it doesn't freak me out anymore when my weight plateaus or when my weight stays the same, because I know what to do to move through plateau. As you can see, weight plateaued, no problem. Dig deeper. Lower calories again, increase cardio again. And you're going to see what happens in week 6. I'm not telling you, but notice how I also didn't freak out about Thanksgiving week, and I didn't freak out about my trip to New York. Dude, it is so possible to go on trips. This is exactly what happened in my first fat loss series. The start of my cut, I went on so many trips. I enjoyed Christmas. I enjoyed Thanksgiving. Everyone always says that like, oh, Thanksgiving, like the holidays is like the worst time to go on a cut. I beg to differ. Like if you have a good relationship to food, if you have a good relationship to exercise, it can all coexist. You can take a break. Like I didn't track most of week 4 and I didn't track most of week 5 because I was traveling and spending time with family, you know? And I was still able to see fat loss, as you will see. in week 6. As long as you're still checking your boxes and doing what you can and accepting the truth of your limitations, you know? Obviously, I'm not going to freak out in week 4 and 5 when I wasn't able to drop weight if I was opting into enjoying food with family. But I will say, like, I pride myself in being able to, like, really have balance. Like, when I know that I'm eating out with family, I don't overdo it, you know? Like, I know where to draw that line. But this is also after years of healing my binge eating disorder, my orthorexia. Like, I did the work, bitch. I did the work mentally and physically. And I put in the time to be here sitting in front of you and be in a place where I can be in a deficit and not feel like I want to eat a fucking horse when Thanksgiving food is sat in front of me. So if you would like some more information on how I did heal my relationship to food and my relationship to my body, I do have a video where I talk about binge eating. I will link it. But I don't know if you noticed, but out the gate, these first 5 weeks, I've been nothing but imperfect, but I've been consistent. And that's what's going to carry me through every single fucking time. And that's why I fucking wanted to show you guys this series. Because this is what real fat loss looks like. It's imperfect, it's messy, you mess up a lot, but it's consistency that carries us through. Okay? So when in doubt, trust the process, trust the plan. Your weight might plateau also for 3 weeks. Ignore it. Blindly follow the plan, and eventually you'll break your plateau. I didn't take, I don't think, maybe I did take a new check and pick, but literally still nothing has really changed. I don't really think things are going to start to get cool until week 6 and beyond in terms of my physique. I'll see if I have pics to share, and if I do, I'll put them up here to show the before and afters. My original progress pictures versus now being 5 weeks in. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.